What the hell, Merc?
Something's got somebody rattled, kiddo. I don't know what it is, but they're mighty jittery. Hey, Sal.
Take long to lose them?
Nah, those blues can't move for shit. They've gotten a little gun happy, though.
Wires are fizzing about Pope's murder. Blue traffic is up. Way up. Don't know what's got into them. Must be contract renewal time. Be careful out there, Sal.
So why all the heat?
Our girl's been lifting evidence from a crime scene. Now every cop in the city seems to be after her.
That the evidence you lifted?
Yeah, I think it's from a diary. Rest of it was gone. All I can make out are Icarus, maybe, and to the highest.
Icarus. Wasn't he the Greek guy?
Yeah, his dad made him some wings out of feathers and wax. Then the boy flew too close to the sun. And psst, no more wings, no more Icarus. If anyone's heard anything, then you know who it'll be, Faith.
Yeah?
I know he ain't a runner anymore, but he's got contacts. You can't avoid him forever.
Wanna bet?
Who?
Jackknife.
Drake's got a location on Jackknife. He's on some rooftops of the old runner training ground near the storm drains. Route's crawling with blues, though.
City authorities are
You can follow the canal for the Hampton Town District. Get going.
Hey there and welcome back to Mirror's Edge. My name is Pete and thank you for joining in this completionist playthrough of the game. What has happened so far? Our sister Kate has been framed for the murder of mayoral candidate Robert Pope. Our job is now to find out who's behind this conspiracy, and our first address is a former runner named Jackknife. And what would a good round of Mirror's Edge be without being chased through the level? We're now going to sprint for 30 seconds straight, which unlocks another achievement. This is one of the easiest achievements to get in the game, if you get it here. Now I won't say that there aren't other levels where you can get this, but sprinting for 30 seconds can be tricky in those. In this level, it almost comes natural. See the red sign there? I haven't talked about those yet, right? They mark the location for runner bags. And here is number 1 of 3. Now, sprinting for 30 seconds without cover will very likely earn you a bullet or 2, but don't be too worried about that, because after unlocking the achievement right here, we do catch another one, but then get quickly out of the open and into safety, for now. Inside we find our exit blocked, and apparently steam is so dangerous in this game that you can't just run through there, so we have to close the valve. Quick moment to catch our breath as we climb up the pipes and go into the ventilation here. Keep in mind that our goal in this level is not just to evade police, but to meet Jackknife at the old runner training grounds, which are supposed to be located near the storm drains.
They got you surrounded, Faith. Get yourself into the storm drains.
The storm drains, on the other hand, that's where our cop buddies are waiting for us. So, up we go, and then down we go. When you play Mirror's Edge for the very first time, this is more likely than not the part where you start to feel that you need to punch something. And it's not because somebody shoots you, it's because there is an abundance of opportunities for stupid mistakes.
Bird's bugging out. Looks like you're in the clear. Now get into those drains.
I can't tell you how many times I have fallen to death in this level because I pressed the wrong button at the wrong time. Especially those pipes, they have the potential to absolutely infuriate you. Now, of course, I'm not going to show you this. This is supposed to be a clean, fluid playthrough. But keep it in mind, this level is a little harder than the ones before. Now, by pushing the button here, we open ourselves a time window of 15 seconds before the gate that is currently opening will close again. So 2 quick wall runs will do, and if you aim correctly a little bit to the right, then you will be able to grab the ledge right here. This saves a couple of seconds that you would normally waste if you landed on the orange platform thingy and then grab the ledge. Then wall run, turn, jump up the ladder, climb up, swing through, and it's another button to press. 15 seconds, one more time, with absolutely no need to hurry.
Got some drain plans. Should be an exit on the other side. Looks pretty high guy up.
Well, alright then, up we go. And you see the platforms in front of us. This might take a while, which allows me to give a little status report on the achievements. We already have 12, we will unlock 2 more this video, and there is a total of 30. So by the end of the video we are almost halfway through.
Keep going, don't think those blues won't come down here.
Yeah, you might want to take that
Hey,
back.
get something on the wires. Shit, looks like they anticipated you might duck in here and send a sniper team ahead.
Okay, cool, so we're basically pinned down. The only way out is to go up and we're surrounded by snipers. Lovely. See the red lasers? Probably better to avoid those. Unless of course we want to end up like this rat. So now that we have reached the upper level, combat cannot really be avoided at this point.
Take those snipers out or keep out of their way. Just get your ass through there.
And of course we gladly accept this opportunity to get our knockout counter up. And this guy only marks the beginning of the rampage that we will go on in the next minutes. For the moment we will have to go just a little bit higher. And for those of you who've already played the level or the entire game, at this point you would normally just jump from platform to platform until you reach the end and then escape. But you see the lasers. This means there are a couple more guys in need of a beatdown. So after a right turn we approach what might very well be the trickiest part in the playthrough so far. First of all, the jumps on this side of the platforms are a little harder. And then we jump and roll directly into close combat with 2 guys at the same time. The first one can be taken out relatively easy with reaction time and the disarm move, but if only one shot from the other guy hits you, it's almost game over. Make sure to throw away the weapon as well, because we want to play this as a no-kill playthrough. After knocking out the second guy, notice the red sign on the left, which means there is a runner back nearby. Now that we have grabbed this, you might think, wouldn't it have been a little bit easier to just go around the back, grab the runner back and then just go back up in the road that we are now taking? Yes, it would have. But would it have been as much fun? I don't think so.
You're inside. Get out of there, Faith.
After a short ride down the zipline and a little balancing, we can push the button and get out. In this room you can go up on the right or the left, it doesn't really matter. Because either way, we're jumping down a waterfall. Then we balance across, and even if it looks like it, a wall run is no alternative here. This means we have a couple of seconds to catch our breath before we once again hit one of those buttons. Then balance one last time and get out. Alright, we are making our way upwards again. And if you've watched the previous episodes, you might already know that moving on the surface in this game normally goes hand in hand with some altercations with the police. You might also notice the music has set in the background, which might be a sign of things to come, and without spoiling too much, I think the combat in this level has not yet been, well, satisfactory. The way up can be a bit confusing because it's not always crystal clear where you have to go, but this is one of the charms of Mirror's Edge. And when you see things that you can interact with, like this wheel which turns off the waterfall in front of us, you're generally moving in the right direction. The elevator we just climbed, and which we unfortunately can't use, has the slogan Callahan on it. Callahan is the current mayor of the city and also CEO of a construction firm. I do not consider this a spoiler, and watch out for the name, you will see it a couple more times throughout the game. And with that, the climbing part has come to an end. For the remainder of the way, we'll take the crane. The crane will be our ride to the surface, where we can expect things to get a little hectic. So this short waiting period for the crane marks somewhat of a calm before the storm, so to speak. An element that Mirror's Edge uses from time to time, and in my opinion, very well. As we reach the surface right now, notice that apart from the cops, there's also a figure standing on top of the Callahan building. And now things get messy. We have 5 guys on us and a runner back to grab. The back is first, it's right around the corner, and then it's up the container and into combat. In combat we're not going to make use of the disarm move, so the first enemy goes down after a combination of slide kick and 2 punches. Here we have enemy number 2 waiting for us, with number 3 coming around the corner from the right. Being outnumbered earns us ability here, so now we need to be a little careful, as both of them go down after 2 kicks and a punch, which adds them to the victim list of our melee combat skills. Then we move to the right, where we are immediately attacked by number 4, who goes down in the same fashion, and we save the best for the last, who, after a short search, gets a kick to the face of a wall run, which unlocks the martial artist achievement. So now we have collected 5 desperately needed knockouts, which gets us a lot closer to the related achievement. And if you remember the person standing on top of the building from before the fight, well, we're going to pay him or her a visit.
Look, Jackknife may know something about Pope's murder, so don't let him wind you up, okay? He used to be a pretty decent runner. God knows who he's working for now.
With that being said, and the fact that we already saw someone standing on top of the building before, I think it's pretty obvious that this person is in fact Jackknife himself, who we know was a runner once, so another chase it is. Even if the game doesn't explicitly tell you this, the guy in front of us is Jackknife, and now we have to play catch with him. However, don't actually expect us to get to him before the game wants us to. Also, on a side note, the helicopter you hear in the background and which you see on top of the screen right now is not going to shoot us, which is a nice change for once. The race against Jackknife itself is pretty straightforward. There are no particularly hard parts, and there is in fact the occasional passage where you can save a couple of seconds. This jump right here could have gone a little bit smoother in my opinion. My apologies for that, but we didn't really lose time. It's not like we would have caught him here anyway. From a gameplay mechanics standpoint, I like this sequence because it reverses some roles. Normally we are being hunted, and now we've become the hunter with Jackknife being the one running away. But what I don't like is that you can only lose and never win this chase. And even losing is quite hard, because Jackknife would wait for us a couple of meters ahead if we all of a sudden stopped running.
Faith, you're losing him.
In combination with the aforementioned fact that you can never actually catch him, I think this sequence could have been executed better. So no matter how fast you run, this is how the sequence ends. We are taking the other elevator up, but for now Jackknife got away. At least that is what the game wants us to believe. But don't be too frustrated, Jackknife isn't gone for good. In fact, he isn't gone at all. Well, now he might be.
Can you find another way through to him?
Alright, despite the fact that Jackknife doesn't seem to be doing well, it's probably best to get down to him quickly. Since the way he took is out of the question for obvious reasons, we are now jumping from pipe to pipe and then onto the roof. From here there are several possibilities to get across. The way we are taking is high risk, high reward. If we pull it off, it's the fastest way across. If we don't, we die. It all depends on how well the last jump goes, and since we're still alive, let's call it a success.
I know what you're here for, Faithy.
Just tell me what Icarus has to do with Pope's murder, Jack.
I heard a cop did it.
You heard wrong, then.
You a fan of wrestling, Faith? Pope was a wrestling fan. He even employed an ex-wrestler to handle his security. Travis Burfield used to go by the name of Ropeburn.
Is this going somewhere?
Ropeburn? Well, he's really just a thug who got lucky. And sometimes people are too ignorant to see their place. Always want to swim in the big pond. Never see the bigger fish. If I were you, I'd start with that glorified slab of meat. Happy hunting, Faithy.
Listen, I don't know about going to Ropeburn straight away.
I'm not. I'm gonna see Miller.
Oh, Faith, what are you doing? You gonna tell him about Jackknife?
Not yet. He's still a cop, no matter what Kate says.
And with that we finished chapter 2. Lots of questions still, but we are getting closer. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Cheers. Click the video to watch the next part in the series right now. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button and show your support.